everyone. Welcome to Build Brunch, the daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in pop culture. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Shanna Coffey.
I'm Allie Colbert.
And I'm Lucas Tim. Hi.
Woo! Woo!
Today we're going to talk about a new Instagram trend that has celebs naming their own body parts and the reason one lucky guy got to have a date with the former president's daughter. Plus, Polo superstar Nacho Figueres joined the table, which is why we have all this wonderful champagne with us. Celebrate the week.
Ooh.
Hope everyone had a
Cheers.
nice long weekend. Happy Memorial Day.
Cheers to our rainy Monday.
But this is a perfect way to kick off a short week.
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna be a really short week.
Because I'm a blackout.
You know it. In other news, last weekend we said bye to Game of Thrones, but the release of the Last Watch documentary has fans uncovering all new details about the show.
Ooh,
So did you guys watch it all?
I watched a little bit of it.
Okay, I watched the first hour and a half, and this is what happens when none of the people that you like on the show agree to be in the documentary. That's why we follow all of the. Oh, you look upset.
Oh, you mean the stars?
I completely disagree with you.
Yeah, I disagree as well.
Oh.
I think it's a good thing that they. I think this is if you're someone who watches I remember when I saw Lord of the Rings and watched the behind the scenes. You just discover the people who actually make the magic. No matter how you feel at the final season, the writing, so much effort went into it. So looking at the makeup artists who give up spending time with their kids,
Yeah.
the guy who makes the fake snow out of paper and water and out in the freezing cold, or in Spain trying to put snow on the ground.
Yeah.
It's so actually inspiring and amazing how they put this
Wow.
whole show together.
I
I
thought
love
it was-
watching it.
No, I thought it was boring, and I'm joking. Don't get so upset. Don't get so upset. I'm not totally serious. I'm just
Okay,
kind
I
of.
She's just a little bit too.
I'm just trying to have a cool take.
Uh-huh.
Listen, I think it is interesting to see the magic of everything come to life, but it does make me not want to be on the set ever again.
Oh yeah,
because it's so much
the
work.
pain.
Really?
Yeah. I hated being on film sets in college, and it's just such long, thankless days.
See, and I mean, I've never worked on a movie set. I've worked in TV production, and you do have those long days. But I love when you have a team that you love working with, and you can tell that these people genuinely have become family, and they all are so passionate about the show, and they're all in the top of their field.
Right.
So working around greatness like that and getting to see that's what I loved. I'm like, these are the best makeup artists, the best set designers, the best costume. Watching what they were able to create makes me love the show even more.
But you know what gave me a pit in my stomach was that when the woman who was responsible for making the
Night King? No.
No, all the makeup and special effects on the whites.
Oh yeah.
So she had to do those for the whites that were emerging from the crypt, and she had been working tirelessly on this new look that she was going to debut to David and Dan. And they come out, and David and Dan come, and they look at them, and they just kind of look, and they make some notes, and then they walk away, and they don't even thank her directly. And then the camera goes back to her, and she's like, I think they liked it. Well, I'm going to get some notes later, and hopefully we'll meet in a couple of days, but I haven't seen my kids in a week. And I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. That sucks. That feeling of working so hard on something and being a part of such a big machine. And then there's no communication there where it's and I'm not saying they did a bad job. They did an amazing job. Everyone's so talented. But then they come out and they look at it and they're just they don't take the minute to say to her well, great job, thanks for all your work. And she's just sitting there just I don't know what to do with this.
And she was someone you always could tell was borderline breaking. Every time they do, it was
Always on the
she was
brink.
held back to, it's we've been doing this for 7 hours straight into 3 in the morning. But it's another person with the stunt man who's with the show for 5 years, this long beard, always played a Stark, had such pride in being one of the Stark Bannerman or whatever, and he'd be like, oh, he was a Bolton. He's an extra. He was a Bolton. Yeah, no, can't be wearing that Bolton jacket. And then finally, when Kit Harington comes up to him on Kit's last day and checks out the jacket, and they're like, well, you get a new one, Kit. Do you want it? Kit's like, yeah, sure. And it's made the guy's life.
Yeah.
It's so incredible to watch someone like that who has such a small part in the show feel such an immense attachment to the larger scale of it.
I think one of my favorite characters is the guy who plays the Night King, and he was a stuntman for all those years and helps choreograph the stunts, and then they put him in front of the camera, and the pride he took in the Night King's backstory and who he was and how he feels. I thought was really cool for a stuntman to get to make that jump.
Oh, he
on
loved
such
the
a big
attention.
stage. Yeah.
He
It's
loved
so
the
cool.
attention. When they're in Spain, he goes, "Do you know who I am?" And he's like, "Ha ha ha!" And the night, like, calm down. Okay.
I mean, it's crazy the amount of time it takes to film one thing.
Yeah.
Like, one bit of them moving, like people in a, like I can't, I would not want to be a part of actually making that because it would just
know.
stress me out so much.
Well, the part where they were talking about the dire wolf and needing to know how fast a wolf can run, and then it's running alongside the horses, and they have to like put up that rig, the green screen for that amount of. I'm like, you don't even
all
think
for a
about that
second.
stuff.
Yeah, you don't even think about it, which is why I'm happy that they are showing all these people in the background and behind the scenes, because literally, like, last week there was a petition being like, this sucks,
Right.
let's remake it, no big deal. And I'm like, it is actually a really big deal. Watch the documentary, okay? Like, it's really, really stunning to me who people who aren't in the business, who don't make their own, like, things, don't understand how hard it is.
Yes.
Right.
It's almost impossible to create something from beginning to end, and no doubt you're always gonna not have a perfect product.
Right.
Even if you are HBO, Game of Thrones, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And one of
That's why that was so offensive, that petition.
Yeah,
And
I
Sophie
hate
Turner
it.
said
It's
that,
like
yeah.
you cannot.
So offensive.
Even if you fail at like whatever your final idea was supposed to be, you still like put your all in it. Like
Right.
literally, even if there's a Starbucks cup in it, like you know that hurt them more than it hurt us.
Right.
Like 100%. So it's just seems so shitty to be from the outside and be like, oh my god, I could have done better. Okay, lady on the couch, shut up.
Shut up. Yeah.
I know. I just rewatched the final season with my mom this weekend, and I was like,
Wow, why did you do that to yourself?
Well, because my mom hadn't seen it, and I love watching Game of Thrones with her, as I said before, because her reactions are the best, and she's constantly yelling at the TV. But I loved it even more the second time around. Like I think I said before, I was like, I didn't have a problem with it, and when you know what's gonna happen and we're watching it, those turns are much more natural.
Right.
It doesn't feel as rushed as it did the first time.
I think one of there's a production woman on who literally in the beginning of the documentary says like this show has gotten too big, it has to end. Like that's kind of the nature of the crux of what happened to Game of Thrones, where it just, even though HBO said you have as much time and money as you want, it just, for the people creating it, for the writers, they couldn't do more episodes. They were so burnt out, and what they did with 6 episodes was so exhausting. And the fact they had to they bring decoys in for the actors so people don't know what's going on. To like the building the set of King's Landing in Ireland or whatever is incredible. It's the show got so huge. Though I will say, though I did love seeing the behind the scenes, that table read when you watch Kit Harington figure out that he's gonna kill Daenerys, and Emilia Clarke's like,
Wait, so he hadn't read that before?
Yeah.
He
read, so,
purposely
yeah.
didn't read it.
or like when Varys dies and Lena Headey grabs his arm.
I
Like you
know.
really see the camaraderie of the actors and the family that was built
And how
around that
young
show.
they were at the first read.
Oh my
Incredible.
gosh.
Little Arya.
Little Arya.
Oh,
She
it's
didn't
so
really
weird.
grow, did she?
Like little Maisie Williams. Sorry, I'm like little Arya.
Well, guys, moving on, comedian Whitney Cummings started a new Instagram trend this weekend by posting a picture saying, "Your vagina is now named after the title of the last TV show you watched. What is it?" Celebrities were quick to comment back with their hilarious answers, ranging from Dead to Me to Fleabag.
You're
I love the Fleabag.
I love Dead to Me.
That's who you go.
Yeah, it's
You're
so
dead
good.
to me.
Full House.
What were you guys? What's the last TV show you watched?
Mine would be Killing Eve.
Killing Eve.
Oh.
Both of us, we have the same,
same
name
vagina.
for our
Aw.
vagina.
You guys share a bag. I love it.
So your
That's-
vagina is a
He
sociopath.
goes,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
That's great.
It makes sense to him that we share a vagina.
Yeah,
Oh.
she-
It
am I
doesn't totally
Sandra
make
Oh
sense
and
to
you
me, but I
Jodie
love it.
Comer?
Oh, that's so sweet. That's
Yeah.
really sweet of you.
I think
Thank you. It means
you're
a lot
the
to me.
sociopathic killer, and I'm the one trying to find you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both.
What about
psychopaths.
you?
What was yours?
When I saw this on Twitter first, my last show was Chambers, the new Netflix original. It's so good. And then if I played now, it would be The Society.
Ooh.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Netflix originals this weekend.
Me too. Mine would be called She's Gotta Have It.
Yeah.
Just appropriate.
Oh, damn.
Wow,
That's
Yeah.
a thirsty bag.
Isn't that a movie?
Well, no, she just
No,
knows
that's
what
TV
she
show.
wants, and she's
She's gotta have it!
She's selective, and she knows what she wants, and she knows how to go after it.
Wow. Yeah, Whitney Cummings, I mean, really just killing it.
Hers is a
Yeah,
good
this
place.
is a Facebook meme from like 2 years ago. So she just was bored online and
Right.
screenshot something from Facebook from probably like her aunt.
Is it really something old?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
this is
2-year-old
so
meme.
old.
It's
Oh my
like,
God.
yeah.
Why did it become so popular
Beef.
then? Like, why is it just because we need something to laugh at?
Yeah, it just takes
Yeah.
the right person to do it,
Right.
and then everyone's like, wait a minute, she's doing it? Okay, I'll do this now. But we were probably just like shitting on our moms for playing the same game. We're like, Mom, shut up. Nobody cares what you name your badge.
Or is it more fun now because there's just so much TV.
There's
Maybe.
always been so much TV. 2 years ago, there was still a lot of TV.
I feel like there's so much more now, though.
No, I don't think so.
Like, you just listed all these Netflix originals I've never even heard of.
No, there
I feel
is.
Like
There's
2 or
over
3 years
500
ago.
scripted shows now. There's more.
There's
TV.
more
but
TV
there's still
now.
a lot back then as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. But it just like is more now.
Yeah.
Right.
So before this little game, did you guys like have names for your genitalia?
Good question.
Yeah, all right.
That's just you're truly curious. I don't have a name.
I'm trying
It's
to
a
think
girl
of
has no name.
girl has
A girl has no name.
Yeah, I never had a name from
Your
Yeah.
my
peeker?
penis. I
Your
never did.
pecker?
I've never named my vagina, no.
Yeah.
I think it would be something like
Well,
Diana Ross, though. That
That's our
feels-
new segment where I name your pussy.
Show me your pussy and I'll name it.
Right.
That's great. I wish that our viewers would be more interactive and send us pictures of
Please.
their genitalia
Oh,
so Allie
yeah.
can name them.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna name your penis right now, and
Okay.
I name it Ben Fat. Get it? Like Ben Platt?
But why is it Ben Fat?
Because it's supposed to be like a thick dick.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
How about Lord Ben
unsubscribe.
Fat?
How about what?
think it's just
Unsubscribe from your own penis? Oh no, you're in trouble now.
Fall off. I'll be a Ken doll. I don't
You
care.
unsubscribe from your own dick?
Yeah, I don't want it. I'm named Ben Fat. What the fuck is that?
Oh, but what if we put Lord in front of it?
I would love like Lord, like
It's Lucas, right? So it's
Yeah.
gonna be like
What if it was
Lord,
like Lord Flaccid?
Lord Placid.
Lord Chode.
Oh my God.
That's mean, I guess.
Just you guys have.
I'm
conversation.
sorry,
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
do
You're
this.
always hard. I don't know why I made that
Yeah,
joke.
thank you.
It's like actually
You know
a
that.
problem.
You know
I
that
have an idea
about
for
me.
a
Yeah,
penis.
Chris, our audio guy, always had to tape you down.
You always.
I have one more idea for your
You missed
penis.
me, Chris. What?
If we name it Ramona.
Oh.
Yeah, I love a housewife. Ramona.
I like that.
Yeah.
Ramona.
He's a
Ramona.
bitch that won't quit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Turtle time. Yeah, Ramona.
Oh, that's
Let's
good.
do it.
Never. I'm not gonna make that joke.
Oh. But I did name my feet.
Oh.
Tell us.
My left foot was named Clunk Clunk,
Uh-huh.
and my right foot was named Prissy.
Ooh, why is right one so much more like elegant?
Growing up, this just came to me. Clunk Clunk and Prissy.
I feel like she walked with a limp and left over like.
Yeah. I was like,
Like
did
the right
you
was like
you used
this
to have a
beautiful-
club foot or something?
Christy's in a high heel, Clunk Clunk's
I
in a
know the name of-
sensible clog.
I know the name of my family's feet, too.
Tell us.
My dad's feet.
I love this show.
My dad's
I love this
feet
show.
are Spock and McCoy,
Okay.
and my sister's feet are Lefty and Righty.
Oh, that's.
Oh, well, that's not
Yeah.
clever.
Wait, but you
Kinda
have a
ran out
mom
of
and another
ideas.
sister.
But their feet aren't named yet.
Oh no.
What is it about feet that you feel like?
When I was little, I just went forward and named my feet.
Yeah.
And that's something that just happened to me, and things happen to people at different times, and we're accepting.
Yeah, I
I
support
love
you.
that.
Yeah.
Always.
Does anyone have anything named?
No.
Oh, I've never named my body part.
Yeah, I'm lucky I have an eight.
Yeah.
Like, honestly. I always think it's weird when I meet someone who has boobs and they're like, this is Samantha, this is Joanna. And I'm like, please stop shaking your tits and introduce it. Like, do you guys meet those like people who are like, look at them, I named this one, this was a little bit bigger. And you're like, stop, they're not friends. They're just like flags
Yeah.
of fucking meat and fat.
I get why people do it though. Like my sister, her boobs are always popping out. So whenever she calls to make a reservation, my other sister and I are always like, make a reservation for 3. You insist.
Well, remember that BuzzFeed article came out? Which like set of sister twins are your boobs named?
Oh,
One of,
right.
like
Oh,
Beyonce,
yeah.
Solange, Mary Kay, and
Oh.
Ashley,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I got Beyonce and Solange, of course.
I got Mary Kate and Ashley. They're really tiny and they're withering away as we speak.
I got Cersei and Jamie.
We fuck.
I'm gonna go Tia and Tamara.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're twins.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Identical but slightly different.
Is
you know?
this
Yeah.
show airing?
I think,
No.
I think they pulled the plug onto we're
just
just
for us.
airing to just
Doesn't
see
it
people.
feel like it's not on?
No.
feels
I'm like,
fake.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't see a red light on any camera,
Yeah,
so.
it's fine. So tell us more about your dad's feet.
Well, moving on. They grow up so fast. Sasha Obama proved she is no longer the little girl we remember living in the White House this weekend after the former first daughter attended her high school prom. Former First Lady Michelle Obama joined in on the fun for some pre-prom pics along with sister Malia Obama.
I want more photos.
I know. We love the Obamas so much, and it is so, just any glimpse of them just having normal life, just being people, is inspiring. I cried when I saw these pictures, just to see them out and being the Obamas.
You cry?
Yeah.
Not really, but you know,
Yeah.
it's always fun to see them.
Do you think they have to be like on supreme lockdown all the time?
Yeah,
Have
there's a security
Yeah.
guard right behind
Right
them in that
back there.
photo.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm sure.
Or that's
Security
somebody's
guards go-
dad. It's hard to know. He's wearing
No,
khakis.
it's definitely a security guard.
No, they definitely are there.
Do they go to like their
There's
prom
stiff neck.
after parties and stuff?
They're
Everywhere.
yeah. They go everywhere. There's a whole
They have
team.
a detail.
A detail that they check out whenever like she has to go to a party or whatever. I mean, these Secret Service agents, I'm sure, just they care. They've learned. They go so close to the first family, the previous first family, because they're so involved with their lives because they have to be. If you read Michelle Obama's book, you know, getting used to the detail was always a big part of their lives. And now I'm, you know, as a former first family, maybe it's not as extreme, but they're still the Obamas.
But like Barack Obama's clearly not in any of these photos, and you have to think, was he busy? Or we've learned from her book, sometimes he doesn't show up to things because then he has to bring all this additional security. And the girls' lives they like to keep private and as normal as possible. So sometimes they'll make the decision for Barack not to attend something just so they don't have to like Ford armored trucks around. You know
Right,
what I
that
mean?
makes sense.
Yeah,
That's
which
probably
is
wouldn't
tough.
be the best if he was at the prom.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it just everything becomes about him then and not the girls. So I
Yeah.
do love that they always put their girls first. And like Sasha's glow up has been just amazing. She's so beautiful.
Do you imagine being that guy that was literally the Disney Channel movie My Day with the President?
Oh, I
or
love
whatever.
that movie.
But I cannot even imagine what it must to date Sasha Obama. I'm sure is
You're holding your boobs.
I'm holding my boobs because I'm
Tamara.
so nervous.
I cannot.
She's so. That I did not.
Wonderful.
Michelle, I did not endorse this. I did not endorse this.
Oh my God.
I did not endorse this. Anyway, I'm sure it must be a lot for him to date someone, and her parents are such incredible people. The pressure to take care of her.
yeah.
You get to, you know, and prom gets rowdy, especially when it's your senior prom. I went to the rival school, so I went to GDS. She goes to Sidwell, so we very similar friend groups and similar schools. So I know what the proms are probably like, and it's
You
a
have a
lot.
similar friend group as.
Very similar.
This wasn't a Sidwell prom though.
It wasn't her high school
No,
prom?
it was his, I think. I think they were saying that Sidwell didn't have anything on the schedule as far as their prom. I read.
Why don't
that.
they posted it though? Because I know some people who.
Oh.
Well, I just want to. I'm friends. with
Okay,
some
so maybe that's
Oh.
okay. So then you have the inside. What the article I read saying they're like they don't think this was Sidwell's because Sidwell didn't have prom on their.
I think they do that on
calendar.
purpose because
So people don't know.
Sasha Obama is one of those
'Cause
two.
it's- yeah, which is
It's
also
like I attended the prom.
I was there, guys.
I was
You were
serving
there?
punch.
I was the DJ booth. Just woo. I wish.
that's fair, and that would make sense that they
Yeah.
don't disclose because they have a lot of like famous people's kids there.
The Clintons went
Yeah.
there. A lot of politicians' kids go there. It's a very prestigious school, but GDS is better. Sorry,
Yeah.
what?
That's why they also in this article they mentioned she might be going to the University of Michigan. But I love that we
really?
don't quite know because I do feel like it's not great when we reveal where these kids are going to go to school because then it just like lets creeps know where
Right.
they're going to school. Like I'd rather not know. I know she's going to go to college somewhere.
And Malia took a year off, which
Yeah.
was great. She goes to Harvard now, which we all know. Good for her. So.
Good for you.
Think
Do
you're
they
better
get
than
in
me?
on grades? Do they get
Yeah,
in on grades or
probably.
they get in Lori Loughlin way?
There definitely may be a crew scholarship that goes into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean, they're the Obamas. So
They definitely have good grades. I mean, to perform at Sidwell, you have to be performing, but also like 90% of those kids end up going to the Ivy League schools. So.
Can you imagine if Michelle called Lori Loughlin? Hey, could you get Malia to Harvard? She's like, yes, I know Jeff's the guy. We'll fake all the crew pictures.
Oh man, that's funny. Well, you guys, now it's time for some candid coffee. Each week, we will answer a question that comes from you, our viewers. The question can be about anything. If you want us to answer something, tweet us at Bill Brunch. Now let's get candid. Here's the question of the week. And this is from Madison from Cincinnati, Ohio asks, if you were transported back to medieval times, what would you do to survive? Thank you for that question, Madison.
Damn, Madison.
Damn, Madison, you good?
Yeah. Deep question.
She's thinking
I
about
love
the
this
medieval
question.
times.
What do you think about
You guys
that?
don't think about this?
No,
I think about this
never.
all the time.
Yeah,
do?
you would.
Literally watching Lord of the Rings.
Okay, so let's hear. What would you
Okay,
do?
there's one of two ways. If magic doesn't exist and we're like actually in the real medieval
Well, magic
times.
doesn't exist, so.
Magic doesn't exist.
It might.
Okay, thanks, Shannon.
It might, but it doesn't in this case.
I would follow through with my first passion. I joined the church and become a priest to work my way up. Being in the Catholic Church,
Right,
then
how does that help you at all?
because you have a society to depend on. You have money. The church was very rich. You become a priest. You work your way up. You become a cardinal
you,
lord.
honestly, fuck you.
That's a great answer.
You would join the church?
That's why I want to see
In medieval times?
Yes.
Why don't you make a change? Why don't you not join that corrupt institution that we speak out against every day?
Because you're in medieval times. They rule
What a
everything.
sellout thing to do.
Oh, what am I supposed to do?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe take a stand. Maybe be a real leader. Be a man.
You don't know how medieval times worked.
All right.
Doesn't work that way.
But okay, when I think of the clergy at that time, they all have those like friar cuts, like the bowl cut.
I can
and, like,
pull it off.
So just like fashion-wise, I wish you made a different choice.
But if I'm a cardinal, I'm wearing those red robes.
Okay, so you're gonna be a cardinal. I need you to be specific.
Oh, I'm a cardinal in the Catholic Church. Like, I'm a prince of the Catholic Church. Like I have power. I'm voting on who's pope. I'm corrupt as hell.
Yeah, right?
I got prostitutes on the side. I'm paying Michelangelo to paint me a self-portrait or whatever.
Sex workers, please.
Sorry, sex workers, a medieval times. I am living it up.
Yeah, medieval sex workers.
Medieval
okay?
sex
At
workers.
least change that.
Evil sex workers.
Yeah,
You did
and if
that.
I can hire you guys to be in my household if you
Oh,
want.
I'm not working
The
for
church.
you.
And what are you gonna do during 1945 Berlin when you're a member of the church?
I'm 400 years old? What the fuck? Medieval times. This is like
That was like
I thought magic existed. Magic.
magic exists. I'm a wizard, but it doesn't exist. We established those rules.
If magic exists, you'd be a wizard. If magic doesn't exist, you'd be a clergy.
Yes,
Look at
makes
yourself.
sense. That both makes sense.
Are we allowed to bring anything from the future? Like, can we bring vitamins and stuff?
No.
No.
Oh.
No, we're all gonna die at 16.
You can.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can
you
bring.
can? Hey,
Everybody
she said
does
she
it.
can.
You can bring whatever you can fit in your pockets.
What?
Oh shit.
Oh.
My iPhone?
That's what she said, I think.
Then I'm bringing.
You could
Medicine.
bring what fits in your pockets. You can't be in the church.
Alright, okay.
Then I'm bringing a gun and and some Purell.
A gun?
damn.
A gun. So
Yeah.
you go back on all your beliefs.
Medieval times is we're barbarians. They're killing people in the streets. They're getting burned at the stake. You got a gun. Who's gonna fuck with you? You got a gun in medieval times. You got
Good, good.
He's a witch. Say that what?
Get on that church!
Get in that.
Get in that church and pray.
Wow.
Wait, what do you guys?
Wow.
What would you do?
Well, I'm black, so this whole question sucks.
Unless you're in Spain.
Yeah, Spain and Portugal. No, actually, during that time, there was a robust, there were black people in
Yeah.
Europe, but I would more be like the black people in Northern Africa. I'm going to choose that. That was during the medieval times.
Yep.
And I would be like an explorer. I'd be like Arya. I'd be like discovering shit.
That's
And just
great.
out there like running.
Yeah. Well, the empires of the Middle East and Africa were some of the most prolific and amazing empires.
Yeah, they were.
God
And
of
there was
it.
a lot of explorers, and so I
Yeah.
would be one of those.
Oh, it makes
Historically.
Oh, that's good.
It's very historically accurate. But
Yeah.
I have to be because of
Yeah,
medieval
yeah.
times.
Yeah. I think I would be a bard and I would steal like all the greatest like pop songs of the future and go back and be like, check this out, party in the USA. And they'd be like, she's so talented.
think she's
I
a
was
genius.
about to say that, which is why I'm so interested in the new Beatles movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I saw
It's
yeah.
basically the premise of Shannon's medieval film.
Yeah, where you go back, steal the songs.
I love that. I mean, we could be a band. We
Yeah,
could
let's
be
do that.
in a lesbian band where we tell everyone that it's important to be gay.
So they would.
I
So
was
you'd be.
thinking we can fill our pockets full of like, like
Prenatal.
LSD and like just edibles.
Did you say prenatal?
Yeah, we're also just gonna be really healthy and have some prenatal vitamins.
Prenatal vitamins.
For
Get
all.
it out.
Do you understand what they did to women who would
those
like
babies.
sing
Do you
and preach
understand
or
what
whatever?
the church does?
Exactly. If I go in the church, I can lead the
We're
kids.
gonna bring bigger guns and we're gonna blow up the church.
I'm gonna find
You
you.
guys will be burned at the stake in the first 5 minutes you get there.
I'm gonna find you in the church with all your little
Yeah, try to find me. My bodyguards, my
and your
people,
little boys.
My
She's not wrong. She's not wrong.
different
know.
time.
Oh,
Different-
So you just get to stay out of it.
Same
You're not
time.
gonna join us and help
I'm
us
not
out.
joining this. I'm gonna have like a tell them to be like,
Yeah,
no,
Brittany's
not
out-
going there.
Brittany's across the ocean. It's like, oh, these fuckers
I'm
are
like,
crazy.
where the fuck is Cuba?
Yeah. Well, you guys aren't invited to the Vatican.
It's not gonna be there.
Yeah, it's not
Blowing
gonna
it
be
up.
there.
It's not gonna last.
Crazy heretic.
Yeah, we're gonna be high.
You witches. You're burned at the stake for witchcraft.
Oh, but what do you think? You think you're I'm sorry, I'm getting too intense with this.
I enjoy it though.
Thanks, Madison, for this question. We loved
Yeah,
it.
Madison, I love
Guys,
you.
you see how much fun this is? Make sure you send us a question for tomorrow or next week or whenever we do a Candid Coffee
Next week.
again. Yeah, next week. I don't know. We can do it tomorrow if we wanted to. Well, guys, now it's time for today's guest. Nacho Figueras is best known as the face of Ralph Lauren's fragrance, lines, but the model's true passions are rooted in the sport of polo. Today, the polo superstar joins us to kick off the 12th annual Veuve Clicquot Polo Classic, a day of champagne and polo that is one of the most glamorous and highly anticipated daytime social events of the year. Here to tell us more is Nacho Figueras.
Woo!
How are you?
Hi.
Hola.
Welcome.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. How are you?
Oh, we're so good.
You're good?
Thank you for bringing this.
You're drinking.
Yeah.
so-
Yes.
It's so good.
Can we do a
course.
quick little
Yeah.
cheers
Of
to
course,
welcome
cheers.
Nasha to the table?
Of course, you're good.
Yes.
Cheers, cheers,
Welcome.
cheers.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Cheers. How are you?
So
doing?
tell us about the Veuve Clicquot Classic, because I do see every year photos from the event, and it looks like quite the event.
It's amazing. We do it every the first Saturday of June every year, which is that day that we hope people will remember as the day that the summer starts, first Saturday in June. And it's at Liberty State Park, a place that has the most amazing backdrop. You have the Statue of Liberty right there and the New York City skyline. So for me, a polo player, to go to the field and hit the ball and then look up and see New York, it's an amazing feeling.
Yeah, definitely. And this is the 12th year for the event. So is there anything new or different or that we can expect?
Well, every year we, hope that that we'll get more things to do outside of the polo field, like food trucks and a lot of fun things for people to do. Hopefully the weather will be good.
Yeah.
Knock on-
Knock on
No
wood.
wood on stage.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
wood on
here,
stage.
here, look, or here,
Yeah.
right?
It's
Or there.
gonna rain. I'm
Or
sorry.
there. It's not gonna rain.
It is.
No, shush. Who is
Shannon,
She's a
stop,
bastard, that's
Shannon.
It's gonna rain.
No,
You
we're
should
gonna
have had it in
manifest
LA.
this. We're gonna
next?
Wow, he
Yeah.
murdered me live on TV.
Everyone tune into Bill Brunch.
Shannon is dead.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna haunt your ass.
I'd let you murder me. So the event is already sold out. Why do people keep coming back? What makes it so fun?
I don't know what it is. It's incredible. It's actually a wonderful thing. We put the tickets on sale, and in 45 seconds they sell, which is an
Wow.
amazing thing. So, I'm very grateful for that. I think that I don't know. People just have a good time.
Yeah.
The polo, it's a wonderful excuse, but people just have a good time, and for me, it's an honor to be there, and I love to share the sport that I love with the people in New York.
Right, and your wife also plays polo.
She plays polo. She's gonna play with me. So yeah, it's like I have to be so good, right? If I make a mistake,
Is it fun playing
it's
with
a
her
lot of
all
pressure. It's
soccer?
the game and my wife.
Right.
Who usually wins?
I've been pretty consistent lately, but
But she looks like a
There's no
badass.
letting any. Like you guys don't
no,
let
we
each other
her
win.
no, we play no. First of all, we play together.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
I'm smart enough to do that.
Yeah.
No way.
Yes.
If we win together. If we lose together.
Perfect.
No,
That's good.
no way I'm gonna play against her, because then you never win. If you win, you lose. If you lose, you lose.
Yeah.
So no way.
Yeah. Will your children follow in your
No.
footsteps?
We have 4 kids. 19-year-old boy who plays polo in California. He's also a professional polo player. And then a 14-year-old girl, she plays and rides. And then a 9-year-old boy that also plays. And a 6-year-old girl that rides, but
Wow.
doesn't play yet. She needs to be a little
Yeah.
stronger. She's too little yet. But, yeah.
That's awesome.
So
But
I did some research, and by research I meant I looked at the first paragraph of Wikipedia.
Because-
So polo's been,
don't believe everything you read, but
Yeah.
right,
but polo's been around forever, like since like the 6th century BC, right? When
like 3,000-year-old sport.
Right.
One of the oldest team sports out there. The whole thing about the sport, it was used to train warriors on
Right.
horseback riding. So that was the whole thing. That's how the game was started. 3,000 years ago, people would play polo to train for war. And that's what polo is. It's war, but now it's a little bit more cleaned up.
a little more
But,
civilized.
yeah.
When did the polo we know, modern polo, become popular, forms what it is today?
So in the 1860s or so, the English went to India or Persia or those places where polo was being played, and they made the rules like they did with almost everything else. They made the rules, and they made polo an actual sport with rules and with a referee that kind of like keeps you from doing crazy stuff. And so 1860s or so, and then in the early 1900s or 1920s became very popular here in the U.S. They played the U.S. Open in in Meadowbrook, which is like exit 29 on the LIE, and they used to have special trains going to the Meadowbrook Polo Club, which is the oldest polo club or the second oldest polo club in America. So you had 30 and 40,000 people going to those games.
Wow.
Very popular. Then Second World War, the Depression, and all those things kind of like tamed it all out, and then real estate kind of like also pushed polo outside of the big cities, which is why the Berkeley Cup thing started, because I said, there's not been polo in New York City for a long time. The last game in Governor's Island was played in the 40s.
Wow.
Right.
So I said, let's bring polo back to the city and see if we can get people excited about it.
And it used to be called the Sport of Kings, and you've played with some royals. Prince Harry's a friend of yours.
Yeah.
When you played against him or with him, do you ever get nervous that you could do something that could hurt him, or if you beat him and then he
No way.
off with your head?
No, as a matter of fact, he has fun.
He's smiling. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
smiling. I
Does
tell
What
you.
if
Like
he's
he's in
screaming in
danger?
pain?
He probably scored or something, and he was making fun of me there. No, that's a great thing about polo. When you get to the field, everybody's the same, and he likes it that way. He's very competitive. He's ridden all his life. He loves it, and he likes to win. So when we play against each other, we go for it. When we play together, we do the best to try and win.
Yeah.
Nice. So I am so scared of opening champagne.
You're not allowed to talk, but
Rain girl.
My question.
you're jinxing my weather, so you boom. Get up.
I just
Keep
think,
drinking.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Well,
want-
we
you
got
want-
a refill.
you want some
Refill.
more?
Can you teach me
Yeah.
how to open this?
Are these? Do I do this?
Help!
Yeah. No.
Oh,
You-
we're thirsty.
Just drink, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a weatherman. Why
By
does
the
this
time
mean?
by the time you drink a little more, you probably get a little bit more positive about the whole thing.
The weather in New York, it's bad.
I know, but not this weekend.
We have to manifest.
Okay.
We
Not
have to
this
manifest.
weekend.
Not
This
this
weekend
weekend,
is
Shannon.
good.
I-
Shannon.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
There
agree.
you go.
Shannon,
Yeah.
you believe in witchcraft? Come
I
on.
do believe in witchcraft, but I use it for other things,
Wait,
like
wait.
getting myself on a Ryan Murphy
What?
show.
Am I gonna make a mess?
No, go for it.
If the thing hits
Oh!
you get married when you
When I catch it?
Yeah.
Oh, Brittany getting married.
Yeah.
Yay!
Here.
Did you catch it, Brittany?
This
Just
champagne really is
yeah.
delicious.
Drink
Thank
more.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
Thank
drink.
you. This is amazing.
This show's gonna get interesting after you.
Oh yeah, this.
It was
Much after hours.
now-
it was interesting already.
Well, now we're really ready. So since we couldn't get a
Yeah.
live horse,
Yeah.
we have the next best thing.
Yeah.
And I would love if you could teach me how to maybe hold the mallet, strike the ball. I'm gonna get on this horse. This is about my size.
I'll teach you.
So this looks good. Let's give it a go. Come here.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll show you
We
how
have a
to
melon,
ride.
everything.
Yeah, we have
Wow.
everything. Well, can we put it here?
I don't think we should give that to Allie. I feel like she'll beat us with
Yeah.
that.
No, I won't. I won't.
I mean, I'll like it, but.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
This is really my size.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, you look
Okay.
great on there.
You look
Thank
really
you.
good.
Yeah, so how do you hold
Like a warrior.
You hold the mallet with the right hand.
Okay.
In polo, there's a rule that says that you have to be right-handed all the time.
You have to be.
Yeah, and then you hit the ball with this, okay?
Oh, I
Well,
didn't
you
know that. I
can be a
thought-
lefty, but you have to
Yeah.
hit
Right.
the mallet with the right
so
hand.
with the flat side?
I'm
And
already.
so with this part, and then you make kind of like that movement, boom, like that. Don't hit the horse.
Yeah. Have you ever hit your horse?
Maybe a couple of times.
Oh, no.
But we put bandages and we protect them. Okay,
Right.
so that's the idea, okay?
Yeah, okay.
With this you hold the reins, and with that you hold the mallet and you hit the ball.
Do it.
Do it. Look, perfect.
Oh!
You're a polo player.
You look like a pro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Keep riding, Ann.
Allie's gonna take your spot. You better watch out.
Yeah.
Wow. This
Yeah.
is really fun.
Yeah,
Is
you're
it?
good.
It looks hard though.
You're good.
Oh, it's hard. You
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
You're good.
Now I have to be on a real horse.
Yeah.
Stallone used to play polo, and he said that playing polo was like playing golf during an earthquake. That's what he
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
You have to be
Well,
really precise.
props to you for being the best
Yes.
at it.
The-
Thank
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Allie, you should keep that.
yeah.
Well,
Take it
Nacho,
home.
thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining us.
Thank
It was really
you.
fun. Guys, the Buclico Polo Classic returns June 1st at Liberty State Park. And to learn more, you can visit www.bcpoloclassic.com. That's all from us. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same table. Bye.